Hey, I'm Sarah Monsell, and I'm with SCSJ. I just wanted to say thanks so much for tuning in and attending this sort of video training. This work's really important, and I appreciate everything you're doing to help out. Thanks so much for your time and attention. Okay, so once you've gone ahead and downloaded the JS Cloud Mobile Data Collection application, go ahead and select the icon on your screen. Then it's going to pull up the login screen for access. So this is where you enter your username and password that I've sent you in the introductory email, and as soon as you complete that, it'll set you up to the home screen. Where it says projects, it's going to say none right here. You want to hit the little arrow, which will bring up this little gray section at the bottom, which has all the lists, the forms that are available to fill out using this application. So I'm going to go ahead and run through the SCSJ Election Collection 2014. Because it's a good example of all the different types of data that you can input using this app. So once you've got it in the little dark section, hit the done, and then go to the corner where it says form, and it'll upload to the actual form. Please make sure that it says show on map and that GPS or pinpoint is selected. There are only 3 sections that are required. It's did they vote, how long did they wait to vote, and first and last name and phone number. Everything else is gravy, but the form won't actually submit unless you include those 4 bits of information. So did I get to vote? And of course you'd be talking to somebody else. So no, I didn't get to vote and it was horrible. And I waited 2.5 to 3 hours, so I'm feeling stabby. From here down until you get to the voter information, like their identification, we're going to see drop-down menus. They're all pretty much the same format, they just offer different options. I'm going to be sending everybody a code sheet with all the questions and the different answers with a brief explanation of what each means, so we don't have to run through each one individually on the video, because it would take forever. I'm going to go ahead and say I wasn't allowed to vote because they said I was at the wrong precinct. I think that's a pretty common thing, and I imagine a lot of people are going to have that problem. So I'm going to go ahead and select, yes, I showed up to the wrong precinct. There was no problem with voter ID. I didn't have a problem with machine. It was a registration issue. This might be another one that you could select. I also put in voter reported to the wrong precinct, just because they'll say registration issue, or they might say wrong precinct. I thought it would be good to have it in 2 places. So I'll also put that there as well. It doesn't matter if it's repetitive, it'll show up in both in the final data sheet. If there's a different problem, or if you want to write a brief description of the problem, if there's additional information that you feel like you want to type through, you can go ahead and enter it, great, into the other problem text box. Okay, so voter name. And the middle name is not required, the last name is required. And phone number. Okay, done. Demographic information is just a button select. Again, it's not required. Really cool feature, I think you can take a photo and document some element of the problem if it's applicable. You can also have an audio recording, or if there's something you needed to record that was, relevant, you just hit the record button, right? And speaking to the phone, it's pretty obvious. Stop when you're done, and the done when you're ready to load it up, and it'll be uploaded. There's information here you can write in for witness's first and last name, the witness phone number. The questions about willingness to share with litigators is for the voter themselves, not for the witness. And they put in yes, no, and unsure. If it's unsure, that's fine. We'll contact them if they're willing to speak with us later, and we'll chat with them about what that all entails. So they don't have to put a strict yes or no. They can be on the fence. You're going to go ahead to the bottom and hit send with a little check mark. It's going to think a little bit. When it goes back through and you see that this form is totally empty, that means that it's loaded. Okay, so if you have another person that's like right behind them and you need to get their incident report immediately, then it'll already be there. Otherwise, you can go back to settings, which will take you to that home screen again. Okay, so we've returned to the home screen, and as you can see, we still have the form loaded into, we could go and return to the form here to fill out a new report, or you can return to settings to the home screen, and you can load a new report, a different one, by selecting the arrow and choosing a different form. If for some reason you get lost, if you hit the map button, that's actually just going to take you to the map representation of your voter reports. This is not where you need to be, so just go ahead and swing back to settings, or you could swing back to your form if you're in the middle of your taking the information, accidentally hit map. You can go ahead and hit form, it'll take you right back. And so just remember, hit settings, always take you back to the home screen. If you ever need to refresh the form, if you're in the middle of something and you just need to clear it and start over, you can hit refresh and you can go back and start over. And you can load SCSJ election collections already loaded, or if you wanted to go ahead and administer an exit poll, you can go ahead and do that as well. It's a similar, it's a questionnaire format, all the same as before, drop-down menus, but I'll have code sheets for each of these forms and explanations about what each of the options entail. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching.